Maya is my go-to software for creating animations ever since I started working as an animator, and it feels like home when it comes to the comfort level that I have with it. But there are some limitations and issues with it. I'm not talking about the license fee here, that's another topic. So I've been thinking of trying a new software to create animations for a while now, and in the past few weeks, I finally did it. What software is it? Let's find out. Hey there, welcome back to yet another video on animation. For those who are new to this channel, hi, I'm Sonali Singh, a 3D animator in games, and if you're interested in animation, some game dev, or listening to me, please consider subscribing to my channel. Before moving on, I would like to thank those of you who watch my video till the end and interact with it with your valuable likes and comments. For the rest of you who are still watching less than 1 minute of a tutorial video, I guess only magic can help you learn anything with that attention span. So, good luck! Jumping on to what software am I talking about, those who follow me on Instagram and Twitter already might know about this, but those who don't, it's Motion Builder or Mobu as we like to call it. Those who were expecting Blender, I'm sorry to disappoint, that'll take a few more months. I am planning to try it because it's cool and it's popular and mainly because it's free. But let's get back to the topic and let me share my experience so far with learning Motion Builder from scratch, my initial thoughts on it, the struggles that I faced, and the most important question, is it better than Maya? For a really long time now, I've wanted to learn Motion Builder. As we all know, it's an industry standard software when it comes to dealing with mocap data, and the software was originally designed to deal with mocap data in games. On the other hand, Maya is obviously more popular and widely used in animation, CG movies, VFX, advertisements, etc. since a really long time. Even back in college when I was studying animation, we were only taught 3ds Max and Maya. I never heard about Motion Builder. But when I got into the game industry and started applying for jobs, I saw so many studios asking for people who can work with motion capture data or Motion Builder. That's when I thought of learning this software. But somehow I always found an excuse to do something else or work on something which was more important back then. Now, out of the blue, a studio reached out to me, a AAA studio. And we had a nice chat, which was supposed to be my interview, I guess, but it went pretty good. And later in the interview, I came to know that this studio uses Motion Builder and I had to do a test in the same. That's it. No more excuses, no more running away. Now was the perfect time to learn as I had to do my best in the test. So I took a week and watched a few tutorials, and surprisingly, there were very few channels or YouTube videos that actually showed you how to do a thing step by step. If you search for Maya, you'll find tons of channels and you won't be able to decide which one to watch. Coming from Maya, by now I can say I'm very quick at animating anything or just navigating around in the viewport. I'm just like... I know where each option is. I have so many scripts to make my workflow fast. It's all just a few clicks. But working in Motion Builder, I felt I was like in ancient times where I had to do everything manually. No scripts, no shortcuts, no Google Maps. You just got to walk the road by yourself. And I was like... Still, I learned a lot of stuff, a few things from tutorials, which made me so sleepy, having no face to look at and just a screen with someone speaking in the background where the voice starts fading after every 15 minutes. Feels like a lullaby. That was the most difficult source to learn from. Then I had a few friends on social media who helped me, like I want to give a huge shout out to Rigging Dojo who have amazing videos and a lot of resources on Motion Builder. Apart from that, randomly clicking here and there in the viewport too helped me figure out a lot of stuff. I learned that if you have a rig character and you want to create a control rig for it, that's just a few clicks. You basically have to characterize your character, which means retargeting if you're familiar with that term. So you just have to map the bones of your source and the target character. And that's it. Once you do this process for the whole character, you can save it as a preset. So you don't have to do this process again and again each time you import a character with the same joint setup. Anyways, it's a tedious task and that's what tools and scripts are made for. So artists can focus more on the creation part rather than wasting their time and energy behind these kind of repetitive things. And then you get a dialog box asking what kind of character do you have, is it a biped or a quadruped? And then it asks what kind of control rig do you need? Is it a full body IK or a mix of FK and IK? And that's it. There you have a control rig ready for your character to animate. Finally, the day arrived and I got a mail with all the instructions. So the test I had was to do a keyframe animation in Motion Builder. People who heard this were like, why would you keyframe in Motion Builder where people usually work with mocap data? And I was like, I guess it was all a test, not just creating an animation, but learning a new software which requires a lot of effort, and then showing my keyframe skills by animating everything from scratch. So I was supposed to make a character enter the scene, walk or run, and then climb a wall which is 2 meters or higher, and from there make him jump and attack the enemy in one go. They asked me how much time would I need. At first I thought I could do it in a week if it was Maya, but for Motion Builder, where I know nothing, let's say 2 weeks. Also, I'm really curious to know how much time would other people take to make this whole thing in a software that is completely unknown to you. So let me know in the comment section below how much time would you have taken. Now, I'm not gonna pretend that it was all easy and super smooth. As long as I followed a particular tutorial, everything seemed to work out good. But as soon as I wanted to try something on my own, the real struggle began. At times, there were bugs that I didn't even know were actually a bug, and I spent hours looking for what was wrong. For instance, I couldn't switch between the translation and rotation by pressing W and E, and neither did F5 or F6 work for local or global gizmo. At first, I thought my keyboard isn't working, then I thought I accidentally pressed something due to which it's not taking any input. I also tried to restart Mobu a couple of times, but nothing worked. I literally went back to switching the transform gizmo from the UI, and it took me forever to animate like this. Later, I realized it was just a bug and I needed to restart my PC. Oh my god. So now you know what to do in case this happens to you. I just saved you hours of insanity. Initially, I blocked out the whole sequence for my test in Maya in just 3 hours with the help of Studio Library, which contained all of my poses from my previous animations. And then in Motion Builder, it took me so much time just to make a single pose. But overall, I figured out something really important. I made the same number of poses in Motion Builder that I had in Maya, but somehow everything looked really smooth in Motion Builder. At first I thought it's just the excitement of a new software, but then I talked to some of my friends and they mentioned the same thing. Maya somehow interpolated the keys in a different way, and there's an invisible jitter unless you add in more keys to make your animation look really smooth. Whereas in Motion Builder, even with bare minimum keys, it looked really smooth and nice, and that's one thing I loved about it. But that's just my opinion, don't take my word for it. Just try it yourself, and if you don't feel the same, you can just type in Maya is smoother in the comment section below and I'll get your point. Also, to clean a mocap animation, you have a few options through which you can make the feet plant on the ground in case they keep penetrating with just one tick. This could have helped me so much while I was working on this chair roll animation, where it was such a tedious task to get the legs right so that they don't penetrate the ground. Similarly, there are a lot of options that I'm excited to explore. Regarding my test, I can't show you guys what I made, but once I get a final verdict or something is finalized, I'll definitely show you what it was that I made. Until then, fingers crossed, and you guys can pray that I get this job. Please do. In the end, I'd like to conclude that Motion Builder is something I feel I'll definitely be using more often when it comes to mocap animation because of so many extra features that it has over Maya. And I'd also like to keyframe at times for smooth animations. I just love this thing about it, sorry I can't help it. As far as Maya is concerned, it's still my home, but you never know. Technology is continuously changing, and as an artist, you have to adapt and move ahead, especially when a free software is growing at such a pace. So Blender,
I will look for you. I will find you. And I will you.
Good luck.
So those were my initial thoughts and experience working in Motion Builder. Let me know in the comment section below if you want me to make some tutorials on it so we can learn together. Also, I'd like to know what are your thoughts on Motion Builder and what's your favorite animation software. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. Don't forget it just like I did. Until the next time, see ya!